Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to InnerWorldRevealed once again. I am Aditi Ghosh and in this log we will be talking about the number 16. What makes this number so special? What are the special qualities that this number has? Let us find out.
Okay, so 16 is 1 and 6 reducing to 7. That means 16 is 6 playing through the 1, finally achieving the 7. 6 is the number for harmony and balance. 6 gives a strong sense of beauty and also managerial skills. Whenever 6 is present in any blueprint, I have an immediate reaction to that it is a person who knows how to handle other people. Now, all the qualities of this 6 is working through the 1 in this 16. When we are talking about only 6 or only 1, they are single digit base values or simple numbers to deal with. Double digit values are compound numbers. They have finer qualities. So out here, all the skills of the 6 is working through the 1. 1 is independent. It doesn't like to be told how to be doing something. It wants to exercise its free will and power. And because of this, it naturally tries to dominate any situation. The final outcome of this double digit code is 7. And 7 is the philosopher. It is a very driven towards intellectualism kind of a number. 16 is more strongly a 7 by the end of the day, but it also has finer qualities of 1 and 6 playing.
When 16 is present in a blueprint, it gives oodles of magnetism to a particular person. The compassionate and caring qualities of the 6, coupled with the domineering and forceful qualities of the 1, creates a person whom you just cannot ignore. Such a person is seen to be very clever and very intelligent. He also has excellent persuasive skills with a very clever usage of words. 16 reduces to a base value of 7, and 7 always gives attention to details. And because such outstanding qualities are so naturally and effortlessly present in this particular person, at some point of time in his life, he might begin to become very overconfident and there could be an ego inflation. With a 16 in the blueprint, it is very important to keep a check at our attitude towards people. Our ego is the image that we have in our minds of ourselves. And based on that image, we create our social face, the face that we put up in front of people. And when that face becomes very important, we expect people to respect us in certain ways, to behave with us in certain ways, and when they do not do so or do not behave according to us, we begin to become offended. We begin to feel that they are probably intentionally doing it to offend us. And often it is seen that the 16 guy might use his fine intellect to act against people, to put people down. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not contradicting the belief that we all are special. Actually, we all are really, really special. Each one of us has a special role to play in this universe. Each one of us has a special purpose to serve. The things, the characteristics that makes us special cannot be taken away by anyone else. They are special to us. We will always remain special. These qualities are not dependent on the outside world. They are not created by the outside world and they do not require validation. Whether this log of mine gets 100 likes or 0 likes, it still would remain special in its own sweet way. However, if someone begins to use his refined intellect, his affluence, and his social status to put other people down, the universe would not ultimately support that. In the eyes of the Almighty, we all are equals. No one is better or superior to anyone else. We all are equals. When a person begins to feel that the rest of the world is inferior to him and he is superior to them, he can just go and sit in his own imaginary pedestal. 16 is a number of great spiritual strength, but the spiritual development only happens after some cleansing. You see, by the end of the day, the social status, the material gains, all of this is just an illusion. What really matters is whether we feel fulfilled from inside, whether our soul is able to feel one with the universe. A number will be showing its strongest qualities when it will be present as the soul number in your blueprint. The soul number is the addition of all the numeric values of all the vowels in your full birth name. This number could also be called the soul urge number or the heart's desire number. Many people call it that as well. Now, if you have a 16 as your soul number, you are definitely, first of all, you're definitely very secretive. 16 ultimately reduces to a 7, and any number code reducing to the base value of 7 definitely is secretive. Many numerologists consider the 16 to be a karmic debt number. It is said that you could be resolving some past life issues if you have a 16 in your blueprint. It is said that 16 teaches the true meaning of love. So you could be making amends for some promiscuous past that you had in some earlier life. Now, if you ask me what I actually feel about this number, I like to say that I do not dislike this number completely because it gives a lot of personal power, confidence, and affluence in life. However, because I personally fear this element of loneliness a little bit, I advise people not to go for this number immediately. However, many people are okay being loners, so all in all, it is not so bad as a number. Once again, people who are born on the 16 are very intelligent, they're very clever, they have very good attention to details, and they can penetrate into the depth of any subject of their interest. They have a very high level of concentration and they're very observant kind of people. They are sensitive, but they do not show their emotions openly. They are a bit withdrawn. The only problem that they might face is in developing very close and intimate relationships with near and dear ones, because by the end of the day, they're very withdrawn and they're very secretive. 16 is not a bad number at all to have as a personal number delineation. But if you are deciding to choose a 16 for yourself as your brand name or business name, or say your house number, I'd like to say that you must think twice, because as I said, that it creates the element of mystery, loneliness, aloofness, and very strong spirituality. So say if you are choosing a business name which is reducing to a 16, it would be very difficult for you to make it popular, because by the end of the day, it will like to remain aloof and less popular. Similarly, if you are moving into a house number which is adding up to a 16, it would be difficult for you to cope up in that house if you are a very fun-loving and a company-loving kind of a person. But if you are wanting to keep in your own mind and delve into the depths of your mind, you can go for it. If you're wanting to have a home business and have great profits by having a completely materialistic idea, 16 would not support that. 16, once again, is strongly spiritual. So 16 is going to work for you only when you have a strong spiritual transition and transform completely when you have all the cleansing. Otherwise, it won't work. Only when you have the transformation, the doors towards infinite abundance will open for you. So that'll be all for today. If you have liked watching the log and have found it to be useful, please hit a like and subscribe to the channel. Know your numbers, be your numbers, and make the most out of your numbers. Have a very good time. Bye-bye.